Hi everyone. So in this video, we'll talk about the callback concept. So far you know what is callback. So we know like the callback, and also we know how JS runs and event loop. Okay, so we know all of this. So before understanding this callback concept, uh, we need to understand two parts basically. So one is function as a variable. So what is function as a variable? So let's say a variable which is age is equal to 25, right? So you can console it, right? So we can run it and see the output 25. Okay, so mm, I want to run a function now. For example, say hello, say hello, and just run hello world. Hello. Okay. So you see, this is an arrow function, right? And we are treating as like variable. As you can see, we can actually call this, say hello, okay? Say hello, and if I run it, I can actually see the value. Okay. So function is called function function is called first class oops, first class variable. Okay, that means you can treat the function as a variable. Okay, so how we can treat the function as a variable? For example, you see this is a say hello function. Okay, say hello function. Uh, if I want to create another function, let's say, okay, I can close it. I want to create another function. Let's say function greetings. Okay, so it is not an arrow function, it's just a regular function. And now I can console.log greetings. Okay, greetings. Just two types of functions. Okay, run it. Oops, I cannot see anything. Hello. Okay, I need to run it. This greetings. I need to call it. Run it. Yeah, I can see hello and then greetings, right? So what happens, you see, mm, there are two different types of functions. One is regular and another one is uh, the arrow function. So I want to treat this hello function as a variable because we can use the function as a variable. Okay, that is why we call the function as first class variable. Okay, it is an interview question that why a function is called the first class variable, because you can use this function as a variable. Okay, so how you can use this function as a variable is see greetings. Greetings is a regular function. Okay, so we can you see if I declare another variable, let's say name uh, Shimo. Okay, Shimo, if I pass in the greetings, Okay, you see, passing as an arguments. Oh, I cannot declare name. Let's say first name because name is reserved probably. So name, copy, and I can receive here. Let's say name. So I cannot declare. I can, but it is not uh, like the best practice. But I can receive as an like as a parameter. Okay. So I can use it. Hello. Name, right? So if I run, I will see Shimo greetings, something like greetings. Okay. You see, I can pass the variable in this function. Okay. But I can pass the function also. Okay. So mm, if I want to pass this say hello, so what I need to do, I need to just pass as an argument, say hello. Okay. As this is a function, right? This say hello is a function, and I'm passing as an argument. I can receive it. It is not name. It is just a callback function. For example, I can name it anything. So let's say callback. Okay, callback. So now I can just call this function from this function block. Okay, that means that means I am calling the say hello function with the behavior of there is no console here. Okay, calling the say hello function, say hello function from the greetings function. Okay, that means I'm calling another function from another uh, function. Okay, you see, greetings is this function, and I'm passing say hello as an argument and receiving in this callback and just calling from this greeting function. Okay, if I run it, you'll see. Okay, say hello, greetings, callback, say hello. I should see the hello word. Let's see. Yeah, hello, but I want to. Okay, so now we'll see the hello text. Okay, so this is how callback works. We know all these stuff, but to understand mm, the callback, how callback runs in the JavaScript engine, and how we can use it to deep dive into like more concept. So let's explore all of them. So what I can do, I can take another. I think you understood everything. So now let's do another example. For example, I can actually use get students details dot js. Okay, so we understood the first class function. Okay, let's shift on the top. Okay, so this is the first part. You need to understand like function is the first class variable. That means we can treat the function as a variable. Okay, so now we need to understand another concepts, uh, another part to understand the callback very well. So let's For example, a function constant get student details. It is just a function, okay? And let user, for example, you can consider this is just an API call. Okay, you will be getting the information from an API, but we will not be like calling any function. I mean the API. Okay, but I will just will be mocking the API call with the set timeout. Okay, for example, I want to okay, let's student. Okay, student details. For example, it is just a variable. We can uh, define the variable with late keyword, right? So now I want to call set timeout. You can consider this is just an API call with the a fetch or Axios call. Okay, I can consider this is just an API call with the HTTP call. Okay, HTTP call. Okay, so in the set timeout, I want to set a time. Let's say it will take 3000 milliseconds. So we know API call takes some time to uh, respond back, right, from in the client end. Okay, so this is just it. So now from the set timeout, I want to set after 3000 millisecond, I want to set the user. Let's say name is Mahdi and age is 25. Okay, and then is adult. Just some property. Let's say true. Okay, true. So now, if I want to, okay, so if I want to call this, uh, okay, it is a student, I should put student here. Okay, so if student, okay, let's console this, console.log, and is student, okay, student. So if I run it, what do you think? So give a pause the video and try to answer this question. So what will be the value from this 13 number line? Okay. So if I run it, you'll see it will give undefined. Okay, 3000. I cannot see. Oh, okay. I should run it. I mean, call it before executing. If you don't call it, okay, you see undefined. So what is the reason? And if I type if student dot is adult, let's say console, student is adult. Okay, so run it, and now you see some errors. So what is the reason? You see, when I define the variable let student, first of all, you need to understand the sequence. So what, like, what will be the execution context? Okay, you see, there is a asynchronous task. Okay, that means it will go to the uh, event loop, right? As we already learned in the previous video that when you do any kind of asynchronous job, that goes to the event loop, not in the call stack, right? So let me draw something. Mm, Callback dot xcali draw. Okay. So we have the call stack. Oh, call stack. Okay. And then we have another JS engine. Sorry, it is the event loop. Plus the event loop. And we have the call stack. Okay. And we have another component which is callback queue. Right, let's squeeze it and copy callback queue. Okay, so we have other components, but these are the most common components to understand like how JavaScript works. Okay, so what happens is uh, when you use any kind of asynchronous task, as you can see, set timeout is an asynchronous task. That means it will go to the uh, this event loop, right? And then it will wait for 3000 milliseconds. That means it will wait for 3 seconds. Okay. By that time, other synchronous code, as you can see, this is synchronous code, right? We know if and other syntax are synchronous. Okay. So it will go to the uh, this call stack. That means let student will be here. Okay. Then set timeout. This block of code will be here. I can just put something. Okay. I can squeeze it. Okay. So this set timeout will be on the event loop for uh 3000 millisecond. But here you see console.log student will be executed in the call stack as it is synchronous code, right? So save it. So this is the sequence of execution. So you need to understand it very well. So that is why you see, okay. So I want to get another text. Okay. So this is the execution of the sequence. Sorry, the sequence of the execution. Okay. So now you see, it is waiting for 3000 milliseconds. But here you see let student and the second execution is console.log and then student variable. That means student is undefined, right? Student is undefined because there is a wait for 3000 milliseconds. Okay, it does not have any value in this student because it is waiting for 3000 milliseconds. And in that time, there is no value in this state student variable, right? So this is the sequence, and that is why we are getting the undefined. Okay, undefined. You see, is adult and then undefined because it is adult is getting the value after 3000 milliseconds. Okay, so there is a problem. Okay, so how we can solve this problem? So we can introduce the callback uh, concept to resolve this problem. Okay, so what you can do, we can actually use the callback mechanism. Okay, So how we can use the callback mechanism to resolve this issue? So what I can do, you see, uh, after running this dear students details function, we do not get the student value immediately. Okay, we do get after 3000 milliseconds. Okay, so what we can do, we can maintain everything in another function. Okay, another function, for example, is, for example, a function is adult. Okay, and is adult. You see, this is the function, right? So what I can do, I can write everything in this get details function call. So in the previous example, we saw that we can treat the function as a variable. That means we can pass the function as an argument. Okay, likewise, we can do in this example. Okay, so here I'll be passing the function. Okay, so this is just the array function. Okay, array function. So this is a function, and in this function, I am passing another function as an argument. You can see as an argument, save it, and now I can receive the callback function. Okay, let's say is adult. Okay, is adult. Now I want to call this is adult function from this is adult. I mean, from this set timeout. Okay, so calling the callback function in the block of set timeout. Okay, so now I need to pass the student because you see, okay, I need to receive it here, student. So I want to pass this student as soon as it waits for a while. For example, the 3000 milliseconds, it will get the student, right? Student will be right, these values. Okay, then after getting the values, it will send to this is adult function. This is the is adult function, and this is the mm, like uh, the callback function, right? So if I run it, you'll see probably I'll not get any way. Uh, okay, now you see after okay, let me run once again. Now you see there is no value. After 3 seconds, I will get the value. You see, name Mahdi and age 25 is LR true. So I'm getting everything from this function. Okay, this arrow function. So we can actually separate this in a different function. Let's say constant get uh get what I can get single data. Okay, so yep, student data, and now I can actually pass this student. I can give a string value student data. Okay, run it. I should get the value of 3000 milliseconds. Now I see student data, and we are getting the value after 3000 millisecond, and I see student is adult. So you see, we handled everything, okay, as it was asynchronous code, but we handled everything with the help of callback function. Okay, so that is how you can run or use the callback function. Okay, so let's explore the sequence. Okay, let's see the sequence of this code. Okay, so now you see we have just a function. Okay, forget about this function. Okay? So we have this function, and we are just calling this get student details function. So what happens? So let's delete all of this. Okay, it's good. So now, uh, after calling get student details function, let student is getting executed in this call stack, right? As it is synchronous, and set timeout is asynchronous. Okay, so set timeout will be shifted to this event loop as it is asynchronous, and it will wait for 3000 milliseconds. Okay, and is adult is adult will be shifted along with this set timeout, because you see set timeout like is adult is in the set timeout block. Okay, that means that this whole block of code will be shifted into this event loop. Okay, event loop. Okay, and it will wait for 3000 milliseconds, and it will go to this uh, callback queue after 3000 milliseconds. Oops, why is that? Oh, let me delete. Okay, so it will like it will be registered in this callback queue after 3000 milliseconds. Okay, that is how the code gets executed. Okay, so you see, is adult is a callback function. Okay, so as soon as it like stops after 3000 milliseconds, this is adult will be called in this where it is in this call stack. Okay, so when it will be in the call stack after executing like the 3000 milliseconds, the student variable is valid by this time, because it already ran like it already ran 3000 milliseconds. Now we have the data for this student variable. Okay, now student is valid and it will be passed here. Okay, and is adult is nothing but a function. Which function? This get single data function. Okay, okay, so that is the sequence of this uh, uh, callback concept and callback example. So you can try with other example. I hope you understood. So what is callback and how things run behind the scene. So, but it is very important to understand the callback. If you don't get it, let me know. I will provide other examples so that you can understand it. Okay. So in the next video, I'll be talking about the promise and the async await. So there is a catch here. You see, callback, then promise. Okay, callback, then promise, async await. Those are interrelated. That means you can achieve the same thing with these three concepts. Okay. So in the modern JavaScript, we use the async await. So previously we had the callback, but we use callback not for all cases, but we use the callback concept. And also we have the promise. So these are the concepts we need to do uh, to handle the asynchronous uh, task. Okay. So in the next video, we will talk about the promise and async await. So the callback has a problem. You may get into like the callback hell. Like you see, if you want to call another function from this function, you need to put like another function from this get single data function. Okay, so there will be like a nested uh, callback. Okay, this is called the callback hell. So to avoid to resolve the issue, this promise was introduced. Okay, so in the next video we'll talk about the promise, and after completing the promise we'll talk about the async await. Okay, thank you everyone.